Oh my goodness. Well, your community writes Tinubu over daughter killings. Lagos, these are the hot topics that we'll be looking at this evening. But you know what? As usual, let's go take a quick breather. I will be right back as we begin to dissect the conversation. One at a time. And I'll let you know the guests that I have to help me, pieces the matter one at a time. Welcome. This is the Evening Rush, 90.3, Voice of the People FM. I'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM from our studio. It's 10 minutes past the 7 p.m. mark, and of course it's still your girl Precious. So let's get started with the matter of the day, and perhaps one of the most important issues that we're dealing with in Nigeria right now. As Delta State Governor Sheriff Oboribori has met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the killings of over a dozen military personnel in Okwama community, including the killing of some civilians. You'll recall that 17 military personnel comprising a lieutenant colonel, 2 majors, 1 captain and 12 soldiers were killed while on a peacekeeping mission in Okwama. As we speak, we do hear that scores of other, it's been said, alleged, the scores of civilians have also been killed in some neighboring Niger Delta communities. While the government has condemned the incident, while promising that perpetrators would face the wrath of the law, the visit of the governor to the presidential villa may have been spurred by the incident. Now, briefing State House correspondent after the meeting behind closed doors with the president, the governor said that the situation is under control, assuring that there will be no further attacks. In fact, the governor declined to confirm the report of reprisal attacks allegedly carried out by the military and the number of casualties, saying that there are certain things he cannot say in the public. Okay, in case you don't understand that grammar, make a break down. Say, they ask the governor, say, excuse me, uncle, excuse me, sir. Now, true, say military, they go kill innocent people. Where did they find those boys and we kill them? Now, true, say, some kind of innocent people, plenty don't die. You say, it is some kind of things one of you talk for public. Oh. So people, when they say they die, so not be your citizens, not be your country people, you can say, sorry, excuse me, uncles, there are some things I cannot say in public. Okay, that's what he said. So he said that he met with the security heads in Bomadi on Monday yesterday, but has been unable to meet with the community involved because the place of the incident is completely deserted. I have a report concerning this, and I wish I could play it. Now, that report is as reported by some, by a television station in Delta State. I do wish that I can quickly even run through that report. But let's speak further. As the governor further says that no innocent citizen will suffer for Delta killings. But so far, do you think any innocent citizen have suffered for that killing? I don't know. It's just a question. Perhaps a rhetorical one. I don't have an answer to it. But your guess could be as good as mine. I mean, I can't tell. But it's horrible. So let's quickly run through that report by a television station in Delta State. That is speaking about the station is DRTV. So let's quickly take a listen to that report about the incident in Okwama, because they did speak with some of the eyewitnesses in the event.
Were warmly received at the community town hall with cola nut offerings. However,
so they now welcome them. They now went to the town hall on the 14th of March 2024. They at home that very day. They now saw that some military personnel army came to Okwama. So they now welcome them.
Oh dear, apologies. Okay.
They walk around the community. So they want to go to the town hall. They have a peace talk. They now went to the town hall. They now interrogate them as a military men. They welcome them. So they now ask for the community chairman and the community leaders. So they sit with them and they have a peace talk together. Then after that, they now ask the community chairman and the community leaders, some other leaders, to follow them. So So they say we have already have the peace talk with you people, so we have to go. They say they must take the leaders away. So they said no. So from then the army turned the whole story to violent. Right there in the community town hall, then the army started shooting our people there. Then from there, people started running. Some were killed instantly. Then everybody ran away because nobody expects a shooting of army in the community that very day. Then the army now went. Within a while, the army now come back again with more reinforcement, gunboat and all that is. And instantly, about 20 persons was killed. Then when they come back again, they begin to shoot. They kill nothing less than 50 persons. Then the following day, they now mobilize again. Some of the army, they are coming from Bamadi and some of them are coming from Okwade. They come together and burn the whole community down. That was on the 15th of March. So the whole community was razed down.
That very day we not expect that we just see some two gunboats come with army. So we can't surprise, so we not get problem with army. Now we ask the wetin happen, say they come for peace talk. So now we welcome them. The 13th day that very day. After the 13th, when they won't go, the person they won't take our chairman and the leaders along. We say for peace talk when I come, I won't carry our leaders. They come out. We know we allow to carry they come out. So the army they just change all of a sudden. Not be like people who it's at just not. Then they begin open fire. That process of firing, our youth, old women, children die that spot. More than 20 of them die instantly. Later they come out. When we take a road, they will come back again. Begin the open fire. Then on the 15th of March 2024, they come back again, burn the whole community. Burn every house is when we say they come a community. Some of us now, our children, we never see them. Our parents, we never see them. Inside the bush now where we hide now, so some dead bodies dead there. Now we dey talk so. So we want the government come rescue us.
So that is the account of some other community members as reported by DR television station in Delta State. So I do hope that, we have gotten, some perspective to this conversation. But then again, that's it. But let's move to, other issues. Now, speaking on this matter, the Senate President also had something to say. As the Senate President Godswill Akpabio today Tuesday said that those involved in the killing of soldiers in Delta State may be foreigners. Some armed men, of course, the incident. So speaking today during a debate on two merged motions by Senators Abdulaziz Yaradua, APC Katsina Central, and Ade Difnon, APC Delta State, Akpabio opined that those who killed the soldiers may be mercenaries. He said, "We are not at war. I don't think they are from the Niger Delta. They may be mercenaries." That's it. So the Red Chamber further called on the federal government to apprehend the perpetrators and bring them to book, just as it observed a minute's silence in the honor of those killed. But let's quickly also let you know that Okolaba community in Bomadi local government area of Delta State has refuted counter reports that its youth were responsible for the cruel massacre of officers and soldiers of the Nigerian army reportedly deployed to engender peace in Ukwama community in south local government area of the state. Now, so in a petition addressed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Governor Sharif, Governor Sharif of the state, the governor of Delta State, the National Security Advisor, and authorities of the Nigerian Armed Forces, among others, the chairman, Ukolagba Federated Community, Mr. Clement Koki, described as misleading narratives that Ijaw youth killed the soldiers. So, quoting that report now, it says the attention of Okolagba Federated Community OFC has been drawn to a deliberate and maliciously misleading report to the effect that irate Ijaw youth in a gun duel killed army officers and soldiers on a peace mission to Okwama. An Urubu community falsely reported as Ijaw community in Bomadi local government area of the state. Firstly, we commiserate with the Nigerian army and the families of the slain gallant soldiers who died in the line of duty. May God, rest their souls. Amen. Following from the above and against the background of the military high command reported desire to unearth the truth to guide their actions, it is pertinent to offer corrections of the deliberate distortion of facts. They said, in fact, they said a lot. They said that it is heinous crime and cold-blooded to murder a military official, that it is aimed to pass blame on the rustic, peace-loving and law-abiding neighboring Okolagba community in Bomadi. It's wrong. So he said, let it be made clear that the crisis in which the JTF intervened to sue for peace is not between two Ijaw communities in Bomadi local government area, as falsely reported. But I do not think that anybody reported that it was between two Ijaw communities. I thought it was between an Ijaw and an Oyeli, an Ijaw and an Urubo community. That's what we did here. So they said Okolaba is an Ijaw community in Bomadi local government area, and a neighboring Urubu community in Ughelli South local government area. So the gun duel took place in Okwama community in Ughelli, Delta State, between the soldiers and Okwama community youths, resulting to the killing. So, more or less, the Bomadi guys or Okolabo guys are saying that our hands are not, we don't wash our hands off like Pontius Pilate. We're not involved in the killing of military officials. So please, let the military men go and look for the people that they had battle with in Okwama. But people are saying that it was these guys that called, it was you people, the Ijaw guys that called the military into the conversation, because how else did the military come to intervene in, a civilian dispute, as it were? Peacekeeping for a land matter, did they drag land? Naami Nago come out for Barra solve peacekeeping. Well, by the way, I have Prince Francis Chilaka with me in the building, and Prince Francis is here to put a perspective to some of this conversation that we're having. Prince Francis, thank you so much for being my Tuesday tonic.
Thank you, precious.
We're just choosing one day to do me. You're not doing me 2 days. It's okay. You're welcome. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you. So, I saw you, grinding from chin to chin, while this conversation was going on, and disagreeing at various, areas. Let me quickly take your, what's your view on what's going on in Delta State?
What is going on in Delta State simply shows how dysfunctional the Nigerian state has become. It shows the fact that there's so much impunity, there's so much recklessness, and there is lack of direction. Several years back, when you see a military man, on the street or anywhere, you take to your heels. And you don't see the military men just like that, because they are meant to come out at a point where the police has failed. But unfortunately today, we find our policemen everywhere. During election, you find our soldiers everywhere. During election, they're out there. During riot, they're out there. So I think that is where the problem is coming from. The people no longer have regards for the army, just as they don't have for the police. But looking at what has played out in Delta State, it's supposed to be a purely civil matter. And I would say that I have not heard, and I don't think anybody has heard, that there was a clash, a communal clash between the two local governments or groups in Delta. And I'm asking myself, who called the military into this whole shenanigans? At what point in time has it become the duty of the military to go and resolve communal clash? What role did the police play. Because ordinarily, this is something that the police can be able to handle. And then maybe if the police is not able to handle it, then we'll not say, let the military go in. And there is no time, we also heard that the CNC, ordered military intervention.
So he should have been the one who to make the order.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh well.
Because that is his constitutional role. As the president, he's in control. So it's unfortunate that we're just more like listening to one side of the story all along. Everybody's been saying, "Oh, soldiers have been killed." Yes, it's unfortunate. May their soul rest in peace. But we need to have a situation where people take responsibility for their actions and inactions. And I would say that what played out in Delta State is unfortunate. It is sad, but it shows the level of decay in governance.
So, because there have been purported images, making the round recently that are alleged to be satellite footages in neighboring Bayelsa states, where you have bodies lying around military vans. That's of some communities that they allege that military people have gone in there in search of these young men, killing some youths that they suspect to be these young men. I don't know what you think of that.
Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday.
Any of those?
I've seen those gory pictures and all of that. And day before yesterday, before the pictures actually came out.
They even came with this timestamp.
Yes, I was telling somebody, I was telling a friend of mine, I said all the youths that are innocent youths in those communities should actually vacate.
Where would they vacate to now?
Well, they have to find a shelter.
Because you see, we know things happen so fast.
We know what happened in Odi. We're not closing our eyes to it. No, we're not closing our eyes to it. And we know that the military is like a cult. One for all for one. They don't play with it. So we know, everybody in Nigeria knows that.
So when you just said cult, you just reminded me of Pirates Confraternity saying that don't let a repeat of OD happen in Delta State.
Yeah, but it's what is playing out, whether the government wants to deny it or not. And I would say also that the speech of Mr. President was not a speech of a father.
Oh wow!
Yes,
it's not inclusive.
No.
Oh,
you don't give an open check to somebody who is hungry, who is angry, who is ready to cash out all the money in the bank. That was what his speech was all about. Go in and get them. And I keep saying that Mr. President needs to learn how to talk. He needs to learn and understand that there is so much power in whatever he says. Today we're finding life difficult in Nigeria because of one statement: subsidy is gone. So when Mr. President wants to talk, he should talk like a father. The first thing I had expected Mr. President to do,
that his words are impactful, has impact.
Serious one. I had expected him to say, okay, it has happened, let us investigate, let us find out what really happened, and then get those responsible and get them punished. That is what should have happened. But that is, it is high time the military command also begins to understand that they are not to be seen in public the way they are today. They are not. You saw what happened was a few weeks back when customs were selling 10 kilograms of rice.
Yes, sir.
You saw military men climbing fence. They were on video.
But I didn't know humans. I didn't know
No. You see, you need to understand the discipline. The discipline. No, they should be.
Hunger get discipline.
No, they should be in the barracks. There should have been provision. You see, patience, let's not look at this thing.
How much is their take home?
What?
To keep them and retain them in the barracks.
Then you mean that it is proper for a military man to start jumping fence?
I don't think it's proper, but they also need to survive.
Good. They need to survive. You and I know what played out during the COVID. During the COVID era, certain sectors were attended to. The military was one, the police were one. But the point is that you cannot have a situation where you have soldiers running amok. You cannot have a situation where you have soldiers behaving like they would call us bloody civilians.
Even if they have families, they have children, they have parents, they have mothers and fathers, they have wives, and they need to feed them.
There's a special budget for defense.
It's
There's a special budget for them.
It's topped our budget since I think 2014.
There's always priority for defense, for the military, for the armed forces. So
that is a welfare lie.
That is also where I said that governance has been the bane of our problem.
Okay.
It's the bane of our problem.
All right. So talking about
So what has played out? Unfortunately, you played an interview of people who apparently were on ground.
Yes, were on ground.
Now you can find out that
more like some report on eyewitness accounts.
So you can find out that the stories are not adding up. A lot is not coming out.
And this part of the conversation is not making it to the public that much.
Nobody's talking about the civilians that were killed. Nobody.
And we go about like a single civilian hasn't died.
So we need to,
shouldn't their lives also matter? That's what I'm saying. There's a child who died from that report, from that testimony, that's eyewitness account. If children died and women died, are they not human beings?
That's the problem.
Shouldn't we feel bad about it?
We should feel.
Shouldn't the president have also mentioned that?
Good.
Or is it that he wasn't briefed properly?
Well,
because then again, remember that the president will only react to based on the briefing he got.
I think the statement made by the Senate president seems to be more homely. First time I'll say that. Yes, because
you don't find this evasive.
Because
you don't find
no. Let me say this: whoever, those who are responsible for killing these gallant military officers, you don't expect them to still be in the community. You do not expect them to be there. Moreover, from the news we also got, they said they were ambushed. And then I'm asking myself, I think it's a lieutenant colonel that led the group. And I'm asking, how did ragtag youths
kill such a ranking officer?
Good, how? So it is either they've gone to that community to do things that they were not supposed to do and got themselves in the crossfire. Something must have gone wrong. We need to get to the root of it. The clash between the civilians and the military, it needs to stop. And the government needs to come in between to stop it. The government needs to give the military the respect they deserve. Let them stay and come out only when they are needed. You can't have the military taking over the job of the police. Then it means that the police have become redundant. So the government needs to, sit up. The Minister for Defense, the Chief of Army Staff, they need to sit up. We are begging them, take the military back into the barracks. A lot of discipline has been lost. A lot of patriotism has been lost. We need to have these things back. And this is the only way such issues can be well addressed. So it is left for government to do the needful. Take back the military men into the barracks. Allow the policemen to do the job they are employed to do.
So speaking about taking the military men, into the barracks, can they really get off the barracks, especially with the banditry and terrorism in the northern part of the country? Because farmers are here lamenting in some part of the north. Farmers under the auspices of Cocoa and Plantain Farmers Association of Nigeria have appealed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to find urgent solutions to the incessant bandits' attack on farmers and their produce. That is, they attack us, they attack our farms, basically. That's what they're saying. The group lamented that countless number of farmers have lost their lives, and many have allegedly been kidnapped on the farms after bandits attacked across the country. Now, speaking at Akure, Ondo State Capital, yesterday, Monday, the national president of Cocoa Plantain Farmers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Ayodele Ojo, lamented the incessant killings of farmers and destruction of their farmlands. There was a video I played the other day of a plantain farm that a man was crying that Malu cows destroyed an entire plantain farm that he actually took a loan to invest in. He took a loan to invest in that plantain farm, but guess what? It's been raised down to nothing. The man was lamenting and saying that I'm trying to see if I can, come across that to, just to put a perspective to that again. The man was lamenting and saying, what do I do? Where do I go from here? I took a loan of 1 million naira to invest in this business. Now it is raised down to nothing. How do I feed my children? How do I pay my children's school fees? So this is like an unending circle, and it just keeps happening, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
Precious, what is the role of the mobile police officers? What is their role? Why were they set up in the first place? How many of them have you seen, talked about going to look at this issue of banditry? We can't keep, dusting this whole thing, trying to put it under the carpet. No. People must take responsibility. The banditry thing is becoming a very serious menace in our society.
More like a business.
It is a business. Now, that brings me to where, talking about the man that has a plantation and all of that. And I ask myself, why is government, right from the last administration to this one, why are they interested in cattle business? I don't understand. Why is it that government cannot say, I said it the last time I was here, I said, if you have cows, go and rent or buy a land and build a ranch. Why is it so difficult for government to, put a law? The National Assembly, the executive arm of government, why are they finding it difficult to make that pronouncement?
So,
because that, for me, that is the starting point of curbing this whole thing about banditry.
The president has, given a directive to all state governors to ensure that they make out land for ranching in their state.
You make out land. Whose land are you making out? This is purely personal business. It's a legal liability business. So why would government be the one to say make out land? Let those who have these cows, who are really the owners of these cows, they should be the ones to be arrested to start with. Because anybody could say that it is the owner of the cows that are arming these bandits. So why are we just pretending as if we don't have the political will?
Because if I go by that documentary that BBC African Eye did, I think sometime in July 2022, about the bandits of Zamfara, the warlords or something of Zamfara state. Well, one of the bandits did mention that if you look, he was angrily saying that if you look at the grazing land, where are the grazing routes now? So during dry season, there is nowhere for our cows to graze. So what do they want us to do? So that's why we kidnap people, so that the government can wake up to its responsibility. So do you not think that this may be part of that video is out there?
No. I know, yes, I know. But the point is this. Even the BBC reporters, even in the UK, even in the US, how do they manage this situation? People build bylands and build their ranches, and they find a way to feed the cows within the ranch. Why is it becoming so, I don't know, why is it that we seem to have more value for cow than the human life? Why?
All right. So let's move to other conversations very quickly. A little bit of drama happened today in a courts, of course, concerning Nnamdi Kanu's case. As the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, vows that he will end the insecurity in the southeast in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, very good later. Kanu said nobody in the southeast can counter his orders concerning the security situation in the region. The infuriated Biafra agitator spoke while addressing journalists within the courtroom of the Abuja High Court on today, Tuesday. Yeah, that's when it happened. So he did speak a lot, including the fact that, as a matter of fact, that he did request also that his case be moved, that he be moved rather from Kuje, from the DSS custody to Kuje prison, and but the courts did not, accent to that, as that order or that request was declined. I'm looking forward to, playing a bit of the snippet of that soundbite so that we can put a perspective to that conversation. Let's see if we can listen to him say that.
For freedom, for justice.
So that's what he was talking about, that anybody who kills people and who get involved in all sorts of crime on behalf of IPOB is, it's a fraud. I was hoping I could get more of that soundbite, but let me quickly get to some of the things that he did mention. Oh dear. So we all know how the internet connection is in Nigeria now. So
all the journalists here are raped. To go and ask them, ask government of Nigeria, what happened to Tinubu Falana? Where are those charges today? From 2015. They have just disappeared.
Okay, so part of that conversation, he also did allege that the government is aware of,
he did
say that if government is not aware, then it probably will happen.
I swear it. They cannot go scot-free. Anybody involved in any type of crime in the East cannot go free. And they're doing it because I'm in DSS. That's what they said. No idiot can tell this rubbish, and they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. They are making money with insecurity.
That's correct.
They are making money with it. They don't know the kind of outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. If I give an order in the East, and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can. Are you? I'm not the can. Who is the idiot?
All right, so let's move further. Today, for the second time, the Federal High Court in Abuja refused to relocate the detained Biafra agitator Nnamdi from the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) to Kuje prison in Abuja. Justice Binta Yaku, while refusing the second application today, Tuesday, said that the DSS custody remained the most secured place for the detained IPOB self-appointed leader. Really? Okay. The judge held that the court had once declined to move Kanu out of the DSS custody, and that the only option left for him was to go to the Court of Appeal to attack the earlier rejection. So, you heard everything that he said. I'm sure you know more about this conversation. So let's quickly take your thought. Do you think that the insecurity in the southeast is persisting because Nnamdi Kanu is still under the custody of the DSS and not in prison as he should be?
No, I wouldn't say because he's under custody of the DSS, but I would also say that it's because he is not a free man. If you move him from DSS to Kuje, he's still not a free man. That's the point he's trying to
make. So he already did say that if he was free, that most of the things happening would not happen. Do you believe that?
Yes, I believe that. I strongly believe. Yes, I strongly believe. Nnamdi Kanu has become an enigma. He has become somebody that a lot of young people, even elderly people in the Southeast, believe. And if you listened to that interview very well, he made a very emotional statement. He said, I have sacrificed my parents for this struggle.
Yes.
Why would I now begin to kill or order for the killing of the same people I am fighting for? And this is the question I've always asked. That what does IPOB stand for? You cannot tell the people that you're fighting for them, and then you turn around and you're the same one killing them. So in other words, what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to say is that yes, there's a mole in the IPOB, and that mole is taking advantage of his absence.
And some people are alleging that may be Simon Ekpa or something like that.
Well,
and that perhaps that's why he refused to, he declined or probably did not react to that conversation.
Yeah, but the thing is, I had expected that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would consider the state of insecurity and begin to look for means of securing the lives of the people. A lot of people can't travel to the southeast because the unknown gunmen, ESN, all manner of non-state actors trying to control the lives of the people. And I think it is high time we begin to, throw away ego in governance and address a lot of pertinent issues. Kaduna State in the last few days has been turned into something else. It's like every day you wake up, some people must be kidnapped.
Oh, so you know that you're aware that after the two Thursday securities kidnap of 287 students, a week after that,
87?
No, not 87, 15 people.
Okay.
After the 15, just Sunday, they're about 87. We don't know if anyone has happened today.
So it's, so this whole thing, government needs to begin to nip it in the bud. If you listen to Gumi, he says that people in government are complacent. Nnamdi Kanu is saying the same thing. A lot of people have said it. So it means that there is need for urgent purging of the entire system. The entire system needs to be purged. We need to know who and who is for and against the Nigerian nation. I think it was last week, the special advisor to Mr. President of Media said something close to what Akpabio said today, that there are, outside forces, so to say.
Yes.
Now, the question is, it means that for him to say that, and for Akpabio to say that, there's an intel. You don't just say such things.
These outside forces are just stronger than the nation.
Are they stronger?
Are we no longer a sovereign nation? I'm sorry I'm asking.
Nigerian soldiers outside Nigeria have been
one of the best.
So what is happening? What is really going on? It appears that the political class has completely corrupted the military, and there's need to purge the system. Or else we'll all wake up one day and find out that we have all been kidnapped. Because we're getting there. Every day people get kidnapped. Every day people get killed. We're not even Nigerians are not even talking about the hunger out there, the frustration, the poverty. What people are talking about is how safe are we? And then it falls back on government.
All right. So before I get to this conversation, let me just quickly get to other stories. First, let's attack the Labour Party internal issue, as the Labour Party seems to reprimanding its members, right? Or should I even just go there or go to plenty lacabreakers? So since we're still talking about security, by the way, so let me go further to more security issues. This time around, as it's got to do with Sheikh Gumi, as Ahmed Gumi, the controversial Kaduna-based Islamic cleric, said security agents know the hideout of bandits terrorizing Nigerians, particularly in the northern parts of the country. Gumi revealed this during an interview on Nigerian Film Monday evening, saying that the security agents followed him to negotiate with the bandits. So it's not being new. As I said during the introduction, former governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, had said it. There is a soundbite and a video clip of him saying that the government know where they are. They know where these people are. So the controversial cleric said the federal government should negotiate with the kidnappers who abducted about 287 children from Kuriga Community Secondary School. So he urged that negotiations does not necessarily mean money will be paid to the kidnappers. That's what he said. Okay, he said education, good roads, water, and other social amenities may be done. Oh, wow. And then, this not okay. All right, so let me let you respond to it. So I'm understanding that, if I go back to that video again, that BBC Africa Eye report, where these bandits lead their grievances, how is it that a BBC reporter could know the whereabouts of those bandits, went to their houses, went to where they are, interviewed the victims, but the government still didn't know where they are, still don't know where they are, or the military officials don't know where they are to apprehend them? And then El-Rufai has said it, that the government know where they are. Gumi has said this more than once. And during that Kaduna Road kidnap thingy 2 years ago, you could recall the bandits and saying that government know what we want. They know exactly what we want, and we're demanding that they will give us what we want. And of course, it wasn't long. We heard about the Kuje prison break, and other stuff. That even the revelation by then spokesperson to the president, a special media advisor to the president, Muhammad Buhari, then saying that the bandits deceived them. They made them release their families and some of the people that they had, and they didn't keep to their part of the bargain. So, how do we move forward with this?
The way forward is truthfulness, sincerity, patriotism, and this is what our leaders are lacking. Let us not paint it in any other way. Time and time over again, we've had people come out to say the military knows, the government knows. The bandits on several occasions have also said they know what we want. They should give us what we want. Now the question is, what arrangement did these bandits enter into with the last administration? What arrangement? Why is it that the Nigerian life has become an object for negotiation? Has become an object of laughter? How come all of a sudden ragtags are holding sway in a country of 200 and something million people? In a country where our national budget for how many years has got, defense has got the highest percentage. Where are all the weapons that were supposed to have been bought?
Is it that there is no way out of this? I don't want to call it quagmire. It looks more like disaster, really. So is it that there is no way out of this?
What we have in our hands is cancer, and you can never cure cancer from the surface. As I sit here, I can imagine if one of those kids was mine, and I'm imagining how their parents are feeling, and I'm also imagining how those children are faring.
Okay, so for someone like former governor of Ogun State, Benga Daniel, confirming and backing the implementation of 2014 confab, and a lot of people have said that, in fact, the best way for us to move forward is for us to renegotiate, our existence and all of that. Do you think that that's a path to solving the problem that we have?
Patience. For me, promise. For me,
it's okay. Just give me all the peace in the world. I'm fine with it.
For me, the 2019, the 1999 Constitution is an aberration. It's an obnoxious document that should have been shredded long before. And I've always maintained that, because that document does not protect the ordinary Nigerian people. The social contract in that document has never been, upheld by any government.
So you think there is need for constitutional review?
Exactly. I believe that the
proper constitution,
that confab should have served a purpose. It should have, I don't know why leadership is a major problem of this country. I don't know why. Before you get into power, promises are made to the Nigerian people. But once they get into power, nobody remembers those promises. The Nigerian people have become a collateral damage. They're just there. Whenever it's thrown at them, they have to take it. Before now, Nigerians used to bounce when they walk on the street. Today, Nigerians don't even have the strength to bounce. They're crawling in their belly. They're begging their leaders. Nigerians are not asking for too much. Nigerians are not asking for too much from their leaders. All they are asking from their leaders is provide the necessary amenities for us, create an enabling environment for us as a people to survive.
Okay, so now speaking about Nigerians not asking for too much, I did hear that over 10 trillion naira was shared among the 36 states and the FCT in 2023, right? And of course, in 2023, the 3 tiers of government shared 10.143 trillion from the federation account as statutory revenue of allocations. I'll give you a breakdown. I have a few of it. I'm sorry if I'm taking your time on this. So there's a breakdown of what each state got, and of course, this report has been making the rounds, and it's according to the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. So let me just go quickly to what each state got. Abia State got 8.3 In fact, where should I go to? I think I should go to the higher states. States like the oil states that got, them in mighty in battles. Boom, boom. So you just got 10.2 billion naira. Akwa Ibom State got 26.6 billion naira. Delta State got 38.1 billion naira. Where is my dear River State? Where my governor builds flyover with the money. So let me go to River State. River State got 28.4 billion naira. And that is to say that I think by that Delta State got actually more funds than others. Lagos State got 23.6 billion naira. Yes, I think with the look of the report, it looks like Delta State got more, 38.1 billion naira. So many of them. So the question is, what are these governors? Anytime we talk about government doing their job, our eye just goes to the center, the presidency, forgetting that we voted governors, forgetting that we also have lawmakers who should make proper laws and who we should hold accountable. Should be the other day now, somebody was busy talking about how everybody in the National Assembly got 500 million naira. You did not get. Somebody else came out to say that, somebody else came out to say that all of us got, but it's just that we did not get equal. That means some people got 200 million, some people got 100 million, some people got 1 billion. 1 billion naira. Ned Woko confessed. You understand? So with all of this money that they're getting, what first of all, as senators, should constituency projects be what they should do? Is that part of their legislative duties as legislators to carry money for hand for contracts for your constituency? Is it part of their function, the duties as legislators? And they've gotten all of this now. What are they doing with the money?
The first duty of every legislator is to recoup the money they spend during election.
Stop it.
I'm being very honest with you. I am being very honest with you.
This is scary.
They borrow money to win the election. It's a do or die. And once they get in there, the first thing on their mind is how to get those monies back. And that is why I keep telling Nigerians, it's not about giving you one plate of rice or one module of gari and all of. No, 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira. Now all these people who worked as touts and thugs for these politicians, how many of them can marry their children? How many of them can actually go to their house today and knock on the gate and the gate is flung open for them?
How many of them can marry the politicians' children?
Yes. So we need to begin to think as if there is no box. The Nigerian people need to begin to think as if there is no box. We need to make our political terrain uninteresting. We need to remove money from our politics. We need to have an electoral body that is devoid of sentiment.
How will that happen?
It will happen.
With the way things are now, who would make it happen?
It will happen. It is the people.
How? The people will make the laws. Are they the lawmakers?
No.
The people will implement the laws. Are they security agencies?
No.
The people will also pass the judgments in courts if the law is not obeyed to the letter.
You were talking about governance. You were talking about state governors. Check through since we came into democratic rule. How many of these governors have given account of the monies they have received? How many? What can they point to? Each of the states, what can they point to as a lasting legacy they left for the people? But no, what do? They come into the states, they embezzle the states, they rape the states. And after raping the states, what do? They go and retire in the National Assembly. Is it not a shame? Is it not a shame? But yet, even when we say nobody voted for them, it is still some Nigerians who will be carrying their placards, carrying their posters, going from one radio station, going from one TV station, campaigning for them. When will the Nigerian people stop being stupid?
Wow.
When will the Nigerian people look somebody in the face and say, "Oh God, you have not done anything for us in this community"?
So how do they go about that? That's the thing. Who bails the cart?
Government will bail the cart, and the people will
bail the cart.
The government, if in the next election the people stand their grounds and say we don't want. You saw what happened? Was it in last year or so? There was a video trending about in Ghana where a politician brought some foodstuffs in a hilux.
But it happened in Anambra State too now. In the last election, the one that's, voted to
And they stoned them.
the way they said they didn't want money, somebody was trying to give them money before, so they said they don't want, you should go with it.
So we need the Nigerian people need to realize that sovereignty belongs to them.
Okay, so let's talk about this now. Let's go to Labour Party internal crisis. The Labour Party LP has warned federal lawmakers, especially members of the House of Representatives elected on its platform, to respect the party supremacy or face disciplinary action. Now, the party issued a warning in a statement released yesterday Monday by Obi Oraifo, its National Publicity Secretary. The statement said that the lawmakers have failed to be true ambassadors of the people, and the Labour Party considering the sacrifices made by Nigerians electing them. They said they need to represent the people who vote them in well. It was specifically said that the attention of the leadership of the party has been drawn to a statement made by LP's caucus leader in the House of Representatives, Honorable Afam Ogene, saying it is unconventional to conduct convention before state, local government and world congresses. The spokesman said Ogene lacks knowledge as it relates to provisions of the constitution of the party. So that issue with Labour Party making the round, about the present chairman trying to hold a national conference and ensuring that he gets re-elected, and even the Joe Ajero coming stepping into that conversation, the fact that they told him, we have to be a member of the party for a certain period before you conduct. But do you think that before you contest? But do you think that the Labour Party's National Assembly members are not, being strong oppositions as a second opposition party that they are in the National Assembly?
Most of the people you have in the National Assembly, or most of those who got elected,
most of them were newbies. I wanted to say that most of them, most of those
who got elected were not elected because they believed, or were not elected by the people because the people believed in them, or that they know the ideology behind the party. People voted for Peter Obi. Let us not forget that.
Oh, so it was a Peter Obi effect that spilled around.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
And then don't forget, most of them, you call them newbies, but most of them were in other parties. Some of them lost out in the primaries in...
But by newbies, I mean people who had never been to the assembly.
Yes, I know. But most of them, before now, belonged to other parties. When they lost out, they just jumped into Labour Party and started singing, obedient.
Now, speaking about Peter Obi, you know that every time that he criticizes the government, and the government is always quick to respond to him. So, Solomon Dalung, former commissioner in Buhari Stena, did say that recently he tweeted, and he said that the manner some people like Freda Mokri, like Baya Nonoga, like the presidency, as it were, even Dade Boala, and the rest of them, that the way they attack Peter Obi, that in every statement that he makes, that it's more like every statement or post that he makes in the media space, that it's convincing, or he's convinced that has convinced him beyond reasonable doubt. I'm trying to quote him here now so you don't come for me, but that has convinced him beyond reasonable doubt that their principal, that's the way he tweeted it, that their principal snatched his mandate, that is, snatched Peter Obi's mandate, but could not run away with it.
Well,
just a quick reaction so that open phone lines.
The whole thing about the last election is something that historians need to look into. But like you said, I just find out that each time Peter Obi opens his mouth, the presidency shakes.
Oh wow, really?
Yes. Because the way they respond to comments, speeches made by Peter Obi, they don't respond to other.
Some people are saying that they don't even respond to the problem of Nigerians as that fast. That's what some people are saying across the streets of social media.
And I believe that Peter Obi has become the voice of the opposition, the real voice of the opposition. And I urge him to keep it up. We need to have voices that will speak truth to power. That is the only way things can change in this country.
Okay. All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's have you jumping on the conversation. 0700 903 903-903. That's the number to call. My phone lines are already buzzing even before I said Jack. So you guys quickly coming. Step in on the conversation. Let's hear you. 0700-903-903-903. 0700-903-903-903. Well, in case you're just joining us, let's quickly run you through some of the conversations that we've had this evening, that we are on about this evening. Okwama massacre, Delta Governor Oborowere meets Tinubu, and then he did say no innocent citizen will suffer for Delta killings, so he did say. And then the Senate President Akpabio says careless of soldiers may be mercenaries, not Nigerians, so he did say. And did I also let you know that the Niger youth the president on Delta killings, right, on Okwama killing. And then we move to other conversations where Nnamdi Kanu says, I will end insecurity in Southeast in 2 minutes if I'm released, Nnamdi Kanu. And then he also did plead that he should be, moved from DSS custody to Kuje prison, but court declined that. And then we move on to where I told you how much your states shared in 2023. 10.14 trillion naira they all did share in 2023. So go ask your governors what they did with their money. I just told you now that the Labour Party is blasting all the National Assembly members, especially their House of Representative members, that, you know what, they're not perform at all. You people are not a true representative of the people who voted you into power. And then also told you that Menga Daniel, former governor of Ogun State, backs implementation of 2014 confab report. I wonder where that was dusted and put in the dustbin by former President Muhammadu Buhari, like he said himself. Well, let's move on to other conversations. I also did tell you that security agents know bandits' hideouts. They follow me to negotiate with them. Not be me, Precious. Shegumi said so. That's what he said. And then, of course, we also did mention that farmers said that their lives matter because bandits are attacking them every time. Lagos, let's jump straight to the conversation. 0700-903-903-903, 0700-903-9039. That's a WhatsApp line. That is 0700-903-9039. My WhatsApp box is more than full. So let's see if I can begin to do justice to those one at a time, or perhaps just try to take a few calls first. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, are you there? Good evening. Oh, network. Hello,
Precious.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Remy.
Remy, you're welcome. Go ahead.
What Gumi said isn't new. One of us, so we shouldn't feel ignorance. Presently, there are parts of the northern region whereby the farmers pay to those known terrorists before they go to farm.
Yes, we heard part of Niger State is currently in that situation, and some other states.
So that is the case. So why I'm surprised with what Gumi said? So these guys are known terrorists. That is by the way. The governor of Delta State confirmed there were killings and burning of houses. From what I heard from what I heard,
he finally spoke. The last time they asked him before, that report I read, he said that there are some things he can't say in public. So he finally said that there were killings of innocent Nigerians, civilians, not military now.
Burning of houses too.
Oh wow.
He also burning of houses, and he said, "Go forward is the next thing." What the army denied, they denied at first that they were not responsible for the repair. So we can now agree that they went back to burn house, raise down those community. And
So I'm losing you. I think the WhatsApp call is crappy. You should just try to call us on normal call, Remy, if you can hear me. The WhatsApp call is really something else. I don't know if it's your network or our network. So please do well to call us on normal call. Let's see if we can have a better conversation. But let me quickly begin to run through your messages very quickly. Okay. So Adeyemi Kamero from Satellite Town says, people calling for Nnamdi Kanu release, they cannot condemn his utterances and action before his arrest. Nigeria judiciary are wasting so much time on Nnamdi Kanu's case. Grandson Adeyinka didn't do up to quarter of what Nnamdi Kanu did against the nation. That's what he says. He did say, rather. Okay, so Okolagba, not Okolagba. Okolagba. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so good evening, Auntie Precious. To be candid, there is nothing like one Nigeria. No, soldiers are slain in the north, and nothing is done about that. And but in the east and south, Nigeria will take action, or the military will take action. I feel those who passed away in this fight. Okay, you see, feel for those who passed away in the fight. Samuel Watson from Shogun sent in that message. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, good evening, please.
Yeah, hello, Precious.
Sir? Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Tony, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Why are they, honestly, why are they confessing?
Who is confessing?
About P2B. They don't need to be talking about these things. They should go on to put Nigeria in a very good, in a very good condition. Let them change all these things. Let them stop all these killings. Then coming to what you said about Nandekan. Precious.
Sir?
I think during the after the election, during the what they call it, the trial, the petition, and the rest of them, I thought they said that the Supreme Court is the highest court of the land. That anything that the Supreme Court says stands there. Why is it that the Supreme Court has told said that they should release Nnamdi? Why are they still holding the man?
But the case is still before the Supreme Court.
But the Supreme Court is still the one that are there two Supreme Courts in Nigeria?
I think
there's a system going on in Nigeria. A court sitting in Aba will decide something. Another court sitting in Abuja will do the same thing within the same time. I have never seen it in the Western world where a court is a court. But in Nigeria, courts are different. I mean, it sounds somehow, to be honest, I'm just talking because something what doing is not doing well. Let them respect the court in Nigeria. Let them respect the judiciary. That's the only thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello, are you there? Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, please. Welcome.
Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello?
I can hear you. I'm here.
Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, sir. I'm shouting. I'm screaming.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
What's your name and where are you coming from?
Good evening to our brother in the studio.
Go ahead.
Yes, let me speak on what happened in Delta State. Honestly, it's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking to every one of us because we are Nigerians. The soldiers are Nigerians. I am bleeding in both parts of my heart because the innocent civilians suffered what we didn't do. The great brothers, the soldiers died brutally. Are we barbarians? Are we barbarians? This is, I don't know. Now, please, my question is this: does it mean that the state governor never knew about this thing before we came to this point? Let me please advocate that this should be the last time this kind of thing should happen. The governor of every state is the chief security of that state. Thereby, let's say any take it seriously. Where it matters the criminal crash. And how can we be putting our people like this? This is just a careless, I don't know how to put it. That's really hard. So what is the essence of the security vote? Why is it that the governor cannot? It's important that the governor goes in one way or another. I don't know. I never knew about this in any of it's getting up until you get up to this point. That is the area indicator that we should have gone into this matter and see this matter, or even to touch the person, so that there could be ways of handling this matter. Before it gets to this, look at the whole world is laughing at us. This is our barbarians. Oh no, come on, let's get back straight. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You just imagine, okay, look at, I know sometimes.
Thank you so much. You've spoken so much. You've spoken for over 2 minutes. Let's others jump in now, please.
Talking down on them.
All right, I appreciate you. Hello, good evening to you. Yes, good evening. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, Mr. Prince.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Yeah. You see, Precious, when we are talking about the way Nigeria is being, being one-sided justice to a particular region, it looks as if we are just trying to condemn the government. But look at what is happening. First and foremost, the president is not in charge of anything going on in Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned. He's not in charge.
No, you can't.
Because this is the same system.
You can't say that, brother. Just go ahead and make it.
Anyway, okay, let me just go. My name is Sonny from Sweden, anyway. So what I'm saying is, thank you. What I'm saying is, the same issue we have in Kaduna. The military now said, "Oh, we cannot go after the children because we cannot bomb the military, the terrorists because of the children." The same military went to Bayelsa, starts killing people. Though I'm not in support of what happened, but why did they go there in the first place? This is not their job. This is not the job of the military to intervene in such a community crash. You know, so these are the things we have to talk about. And somebody played a conversation what transpired between the military and the community, because the military is trying to order the chairman and the local government of the community, and they refuse, and they start opening fire, according to what I heard with the voice they played in one of the media. So this is pure injustice anyway. Coming to Nnamdi Kanu case, the federal government, they are not there for the masses. They are not concerned of the state of the eastern part of Nigeria. They are not concerned. They don't want peace in that region. That is why they don't want to release Nnamdi Kanu. And it's quite unfortunate. Nobody is speaking up, apart from the way we are talking. The media and everybody, they are trying to create an awareness.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
But it's quite unfortunate anyway.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Right. All right, so we'll see some WhatsApp messages now. This here says, good evening, Precious. You ought to know that there is a difference between military and civilian lives. There is difference. In a period like this, propaganda thrives. Bandits are running riots in some parts of the country, and the military seem incapable of resolving this murderous chaos. The problem with Nigeria is that the rule of law is absent in this country. Sometimes, some people in the country are more Nigerian than others. They are above the law or disregard court orders. And then you said all these various northern, southern nonsense, various fours should be banned. They are instruments of division. We are representatives, or we have representatives in the National Assembly, period. And that should just be it. That's what you said. Okay, so we have two more messages here. More support from Agodasori says, I was surprised when I heard people call several radio and television stations to condemn these communities without hearing the other side of the story. I've never believed the Nigerian army because they are known to have, not been straightforward in incidents like this, which is the truth. They've also denied the reprisal attacks in these communities, and we know what we know. Perhaps NSAS is a case study. Good evening, Precious. Yesterday, here in your program, I completely condemned the killing of our military officers on peacekeeping mission. But my question today is, why is it that the Nigerian army like to flex muscles when it comes to the southeast and south-south matters? What happened in Delta State would have been avoided if proper security agencies like police and civil defense corps were deployed. For me, Precious, the military has no business there and shouldn't have been invited. The Nigerian army should go to north and reclaim our lands that have been taken over by Boko Haram and bandits who are terrorists all in one. And please stop wasting the national bullets where it's not needed. Away Sorry. Welcome. Why can't the cow owners from a cooperative, form a cooperative rather, and buy lands for ranching if they can't afford the facility individually? Francis Stephen from Egbeda sent in that message. Francis. Good evening, Precious, and the guest in the studio. My name is Big Size. Your guest in the studio speaks fantastically well. In fact, I love him. The answer to the rhetoric questions he asked is that those cattle are owned by politicians. The headsmen are only in charge. This business is a booming one for most of people in the government. Madam Precious, my name is Big Size from Ejeniki. Please, this is Nigeria. The police, military, mobile police, navy, paramilitary, etc. are qualified to roam about even in uniform and collect bribe. Thank you. We're not in America. Our laws are different, okay? Are you serious? Did you just say that? No, you said that without blinking. No, I don't believe you. Stephen Akinbisola from Ijeoma says, though the security of Nigeria is the responsibility of the president, but my take is that as long as we blame the security agencies and the president, the happier these terrorists and bandits will be. Nigeria must speak in one voice to condemn the activities of these criminals. That's what Stephen said. And then Leah from Lagos says, good evening, Precious. My worry is that I want to know between Nigerian soldiers and civilians who opened first fire one another after the peace talk was concluded. You don't ask eyewitness them because I'm omniscience. I'm everywhere. I should know. But I played you an eyewitness account now, so you should have recalled from the eyewitness account. Kenechiko from First says, why always Kaduna State for all this kidnapping stuff? Is there something the Kadunas are not selling Nigerians? Please, if the military can handle Kaduna or cannot handle Kaduna State, let all Nigerians march to that place and rescue those children. I will be at front to lead the battle. That is what you are. And on this was good evening, Precious, and the guest. Precious, read my calm down. Don't come to battle. Don't come. Whoa, with me. He said, Precious, read my comment too. He said, okay, don't ignore it like yesterday. As for Nnamdi Kanu, the edge should just release the guy and let peace reign in Southeast and once and for all. As for Gumi, I listened to that particular interview yesterday. He's very right. Government knows the whereabouts of the bandits. They just choose not to act decisively. I disagree with Akpabio for saying that those that attacked the soldiers might not be Nigerians. Once again, he has goofed again. What a shame. Sahih from Barof. Sahih, be coming down now. Your temper is hot. Chooks from Oshodi says, good evening, Precious. The federal government of Nigeria should retrospect on what is happening to them. To me, I'll say that they are doing to the anointed son of God, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is what's causing the problem in Nigeria. Are you serious? More like the case of touching my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Oh wow, really? Okay. So let's see if we can do a few WhatsApp YouTube messages, because there's so many of them. On YouTube, Man of Prestige says Nigerian security forces should be recognized. These commanders from northern parts should be reduced, and other Nigerian 300 tribes should take over to balance the lopsided Buhari's appointment. And then he further says they have anger issues. Well-educated professionals should be appointed in these security forces. Oladimeji Michael says, this is terrible. May the Lord help us in this nation. Every day, problem in this country. New problem every day. Thank you, Speaker, on your narration on President Tinubu's reopen, which is unbecoming of a leader. That's what you said. And Fode Sako says the guest is speaking fact, even though he is in. Okay, that's when you talk. I'm not going to read them, but let me go to the calls now. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening and welcome. This call no go work. WhatsApp is giving me problem. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, my name is SM.
Unfortunately, you may have to call me on normal call. The WhatsApp call is not going. It's not working at all. Sorry, forgive me. Peter Mani says, Precious, please. I should stop overlooking people's comments. You didn't overlook mine. Those comments are already live. You can put a disclaimer after. Who told you? I'll come and use my mouth and read it and put a disclaimer. As long as my mouth have read it, no will hold me. You don't know. All right. Fadi says Nnamdi Kanu is a brave and bold man. He knows that there are people, especially in government, complicit in the unrest. Simon Ekpa is not one of them. From far from it. If he would have called him out if he was. Chipa says there is no way it won't involve money because they need to buy their weapons. That's the negotiation. And what a shame of the country. Well, he did say a lot. And Mafam says, Precious, use the country. He said, Precious, use the country, refine ourselves, play the lawyers of Kano, where you keep people like if you don't matter and has hidden cameras on their visit. We should continue this country moving forward. John saying, okay, so this is really sad. All right, Lagos. Phone lines are still open, 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, welcome. Good evening, I can hear you. Welcome, go ahead.
My name is Joseph. I'm calling from.
Go ahead, Joseph. Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I want to speak concerning Nnamdi Kanu.
Just go ahead.
So, if the Supreme Court says that Nnamdi Kanu should sue and is still being held together, is it not the Supreme Court that also said that just the case that our president won the vote into so that he is eligible to be the president of Nigeria? And why is it that DSS that disagree? Because we were made to understand that it's the DSS that is holding Nnamdi Kanu. Why did they not disagree with the judgment? That is in that case. Now, when we come into Delta State place, to the riot, to what happened in Delta State, the killing of people and so on and so forth. My question is that the soldiers that went here to set peace, what did they do first? Because there was an action that they might have acted that prompted these guys to get offended and look at it that is an injustice judgment that they perform. I'm not trying to justify what to do for killing the soldiers. But in Nigeria nowadays, you will see, even in station, even in police station, you carry case that you know that you are justified. You will just find out that the case is someone completely. You will just find out you are in the right side of the higher bid in the case in Nigeria. I'm not surprised in this nation that we are. I pray that God should help us.
Thank you.
Help us.
Thank you.
And deliver us. And thank the Savior that will be able to deliver.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you too. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Are you there?
Precious. Good evening to your guests.
Welcome. Go ahead, please.
Okay. My name is Richie from Italy.
Go ahead, Richie, very quickly, please.
Okay. The issue of the killing of those army, I really feel pity for the family and I feel pity for Nigeria as well. And what the military did there also is not good because two wrongs don't make it right. So what they are doing, if what they are doing right now in Delta State, they can also do those kind of things in all those north, especially Kaduna. Near 2 weeks ago, we record 280 something adopted, and while we are still talking about that one, another 87. So it's like it's a business. People are making profit from this.
There was a 15 in between that you forgot. There was a 15 in between that you forgot. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So now it's just like when we are still talking about this one, another one, even now we are still talking about this one, they are already planning another one. They will hear another one tomorrow. So in fact, hearing Nigerians news is just like if you just want to die quick, just come to hear Nigerian news, you don't die quick.
No vex.
Because it's giving somebody heartbreak now.
Sorry.
Every now and then we are just human being like doesn't mean anything. Are we cockroach? Are we bad bug that just crush them? We don't value human beings right again. Nigeria is a great country. We that is outside the country, some of the whites here, when they hear that you are in Nigeria, they will say that country is a great country. Why are you people here? Okay, we are good people. We just need a good leader, We just need somebody that lead the country to work. And the thing will start from us, even with the citizen. Even the so precious, let me just say this. Do you know that there is something I wanted to do in Lagos today? It was yesterday. I sent my wife to help me to do that day, and I have paid the money that I ought to pay in the office, but the lawyer that is in charge is still asking for another money just for his own self. So if the lawyer that will defend the law and he's wanting a bribe, so how do we make this country work?
Is the money he's demanding for away from his legal charges? Is the money he's demanding for away from his legal charges? Sorry that my broken head is,
It's outside the legal charges. It's not the legal charges at all. This one is just another one.
So onto say I always see go chop nabi.
So what I'm just trying to say is that this corruption and all that insecurity, we just need the country to do well, please. You put your effort to tell them.
That is why we're talking about. So you think that we don't mean business when we're talking. That's what we're talking every day. Because it's clever.
Yes, we know. Yes, as you are talking, we are talking. They should listen to us. They should just listen to the
They are listening, and the heat is on them to get it right. They know.
They should not be trading with the life of the citizens. Because if everybody die, who will they even govern?
Thank you.
Who will they even become a president?
We're 200 million. We cannot die finish. We need to finish. Nigeria no go.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it's okay. Come on, I'm sorry.
When they talk every day, 200 million. As if so that 200 million remains like that, and every day they will kidnap and kill, and we are still talking 250 million. So doesn't mean that those people doesn't reduce.
Sorry.
And we are producing every day.
Oh yeah, sorry. No vex now, brother. No vex. Sorry.
It's all right now. It's all right. Good night. Thank you.
Good night, my brother. Thank you. I hope with these few points of yours, you've been able to vent and relieve some tension. I totally understand how you feel, and trust me, we all feel some way and very passionate. All right, so this message here says, now the attack by the military on the community. Oh, okay, so so it's allegedly. So it's allegedly now there is attack on the military. It's allegedly that people in the community were killed, but it's confirmed that military were killed and not allegedly. I mean, they give all this up. Okay, the lives of those in the community don't matter. You're all trying to downplay their story. You see, the hypocrisy is the reason why a lot of media practitioners wouldn't make heaven. I will go heaven, make the front door. My height only will make me go in front. You see, because they play the ostrich always. The narrative, to please themselves and government. And to your guests, saying the military is like a cult, and it's the facts. Or is it a lie that there are individuals of different cult groups in the military? If you want to doubt, there are multiple videos online to confirm. And yesterday, I was aligning my thoughts with Emperor, not you. If you had read my message, as a professional, okay. You see, it's not me that you pass your anger to, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm not in the mood today. Okay, so Jova says, I am beginning to think that we have not invested into our military properly. If we did, the way it should be done, perhaps things will be this way. If we did, our military we're supposed to have body cameras on them, it would have been completely impossible not to identify those killers by now. I think the government should begin to arm our military with body cameras, which should be somehow connected to defense headquarters, so that when anything like massacre or this nature happens, it will be easy to identify those evil non-state actors. Again, the question to first answer is, who sent those military men there in the first place to go and settle village square matters or village quarrel? Where was the police when that happened? Thank you and good evening. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate you. All right, Lagos, so we're taking a quick break now. Now, when we return from the break, a man takes his wife to court because he suspects that their child is not his child. How can I be AA and my wife is AS, and we give birth to an SS child, and this child, the money we spent on this child has ripped off my entire account, and the wife says, no, let us pray. Let us pray, because it is evil that is trying to bring and put asunder in our marriage. Lagos, that's our conversation after the break. By the way, did I tell you, if you're listening via terrestrial platform, that you can win some very beautiful Ramadan gift packs, courtesy of the makers of Viva detergents. You have amazing price to win on VOP TV. Now radio here, I already have their own, no, they have the one they will do for you, but the one we're giving you, the one I'm telling you is about the TV. So just go to our YouTube page on VOP TV Live, VOP TV on YouTube, and go there, watch our content. Look up our breakfast show. Our breakfast show is usually the longest show that we have. It's about 2 hours, so 1 hour something. Go there, watch it. You get every information that you need on how to win the gift. And if you're abroad, if you're in diaspora, you can win for someone in Nigeria, and your family members in Lagos will come and pick it up, because I can assure you that gift pack is loaded and very rich. And this period, in this present Nigeria like this, nothing is small at all, so it will help someone a lot. So go to VOP TV Live and watch that. And of course, Barrister Darlington also dropped a thought on Abumadi and the Okama issue on Precious Any TV. So you can go there and look it out on Precious Any TV. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go straight to that conversation, as it's got to do with paternity fraud. And the woman say, in fact, I'll tell you again, the devil wants to destroy our marriage. That's the problem. They want us to fail. After the break, we'll be right back.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway? Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden City Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos. Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos Airport. Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant. With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden City Hotel, Lagos is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip. Why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden City Hotel. For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldencityhotel.com.
Golden City Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Right, Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and yes, it is still the evening rush. So let me quickly play you a drama that ensued in a TV show called Paternity. Did I call it? What's that show again now? Justice Courts. I'll play you that. But before I put that up, the man did explain himself that before they got married, they had a test run. You know how it's the tradition. He was AA, she is AS, and when they had a child, the child started falling sick, and all that. He doubted the wife for a while. But let's just take a listen to what actually ensued in court. Take a listen, Lagos.
My child, I am AA, she is AS, and when he was 2 years, he was diagnosed to be SS.
Have you repeated the test?
Yes, we repeated the test twice after that, and we repeated our own test too, to be sure that maybe before the marriage, the test we did was wrong. So we repeated our own test too. It was still AA, yes. So I was confused, and I don't understand when she was saying she was mentioning some things that were not resonating with me. So I kept on living like that until sometimes in March, April, I decided that this is going out of hand. So I said I was going for doing the test.
You don't have anything to say to that?
All what they said is true, but when we first had the test, first diagnosed, why can't he tell me that we should go for DNA? I knew I didn't even come out straight that he wants to do DNA tests. He started behaving in the house. So sometimes he won't come home until when one of my brother said whenever he's around that I should let him know. So one evening he just came home. So my brother now said, let me come and meet him. Until that day that he could say this is what is happening, I didn't know anything. So it wasn't like telling me that is that dreamt that is nursing another person's child. That is the excuse he gave me that day. And it went on like that.
So I have opinions like this.
Yes, Ronnie.
Okay. Thank you. DNA Diagnostic Center.
Okay, so bottom line, test shows that the father, it's not the biological father of the child.
Test results certificate of analysis, paternity maternity forensic test results. Name of the child.
So, and then the woman says that nobody has touched her. It's her husband that owns the child, and she perhaps insinuates that it may have been a child swap in the hospital. And the court is saying that they will conduct another DNA on the woman and the child. You know that the first DNA was between the father and the child. So now they're about to conduct another DNA on the, between the mother and the child. So some sources are saying that the woman has even Otilo, she's. So one of the reasons the man got angry is because, according to him, that the child's condition has made them spend so much money that he became broke. And because he was still feeling a bit, he's been doing his research on the possibility of an AA having an AAS having an SS child. That's it's been draining him. And apart from that the child's condition drained their finances, and it became bad. So I just want to ask you, men, if you're this man now, what will you do? Well, so perhaps the paternity test result comes out, and maternity test result comes out, and it happens to be that the woman is indeed not the mother of the child. And let's assume that the child was swapped in a hospital. So, there was a swap. What would you do if you realize that you accused her wrongly? Why are you taking a deep breath?
Yes, one needs to take a deep breath.
Because you have offended her. You made her feel bad. You accused her wrongly.
Well, it's a simple ABCD. We all know. There are rules. When people want to get married, they said we want to pretend about it. It's always been said that AS, even getting married is risky. Then ASSS, getting married, is not known. But AAS, getting married and having an SS child, something is wrong.
Okay, so if you are this man now, and she now goes for the maternity result is out, DNA, is out for the mother, and she's actually not the mother of the child. That means there's a possibility of a swap. What would you do? After accusing her and dragging her to court and dragging her and embarrassing her like this, what would you do?
It's it's not the man's fault
that he dragged her.
It's not. No. If there was a child swap, it's not the man's fault.
Okay.
Then the hospital where the child was given birth to, everybody should be arrested.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
But then, as it is, she's even lucky that the man has not called off the marriage, because some men would have just taken a walk.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Let's go to the phone lines. Good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Joe Valley. You like step down?
Yes,
you like a broken matter, or you're putting out?
I love this part of the show. Now, let me offer my little tribute.
20 cents. All right, go ahead.
It is very, very possible that at the maternity ward of the hospital there was a swap.
from the story, from the story you have just told, it is possible that something had gone wrong. So I don't think the woman should be completely accused at this point in time. But I think the parents, the man and his wife, should go back to that ward, that maternity ward, and let a critical check of the record of that day of the delivery of the baby conducted to find out if for real there was a swap. Because I feel for him spending money excessively, especially when he never bargained for that. So I think that's the first thing to do.
Thank you. So let me quickly also update that conversation, because the man tweeted and said that why he doubts that there is a possibility of child swap is because there were just 2 women who were pregnant in the ward. He mentioned a particular government hospital where she put to bed, and there were just 2 women, and the first woman gave birth before her, and he was with her in the ward when she was, so when she was in labor. Right, so, and the first person gave birth, and of course they moved the first person before she eventually gave birth, and they called him, and he was there when they just cleaned the child and put the child on her bed. So how possible is that? Those were his accounts. So we can't really tell. But hey, phone lines are open, Lagos. Let's share your thoughts and reactions. 0700-903-903-903 and 0817-175-6338. Hello, good evening. Yes, sir.
How are you, ma?
I'm very well, thank you. Welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, my name is Shola. Okay, can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, yes. Number one, I wouldn't blame the man. If the woman were to be the man too, you understand? It will arouse suspicion. You understand? Because just looking at the matching AA and AS, the possibility is very low. You understand? So now, secondly, the thing is, if I were the man, I would wait for the DNA test on the mother, on the wife. So that will be the saving grace now, because it's possible that there was a swap as well. You understand? So if she's not justified, I will beg her. You understand? But the truth of the matter is that we are humans. So anybody can arouse anybody's suspicion. That's just my take on it.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Oh dear, what's that call? Hello.
Hi, Precious.
Hey, hello, John. John,
what's up?
Go ahead. Good. All right, go ahead, John.
I want to ask a question. The DNA.
Oh my God, John, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead, John.
I said, did they test the both parents or just the dad?
The dad. The DNA was between the father and the child. So the court said they were going to conduct another DNA between the mother and the child.
Before we start asking if it's the hospital swab, because I don't want to talk about swab, let's check if the DNA of the child matches the mother. If it doesn't, then automatically they have to sue the hospital or wherever it is, straight up and request for damages. Go back to their files and retrieve their child back.
Thank you. But you didn't answer my question. So if that test were to be conducted and it becomes negative that she's not the mother of the child, what would you do having accused your wife so wrongly?
No, I think for me, the man from
because this has become a public embarrassment.
The man has a benefit of a doubt, because I see the woman too. She was strongly in herself that she has been faithful.
Yes, and she didn't blink. The Salayas blink, right?
So she has been faithful, and the guy really, I think he still has trust in her. So that's why I think the thing never go far. I think they're just trying to get to root of the problem. Because if you look at the conversation itself, it don't look like fights. But you hear when the guy talks, say the babe family carry and go police, say they train the pikin again. So they spend money again. It was a burden that has been in a man's heart. He'll start changing his character. That is just what happens. That's my opinion.
The woman's character cannot change. Oh wow, awesome, interesting. All right, so let me take a few messages. Thank you so much, John. Good evening, Precious. Forgive her and move on. The husband should have completed the fact before dragging her to court, or have some physicians do a research with valid proof that it's not possible for AA plus AS to give birth to an SS. Okay, then he has a case. Good luck to the marriage. Faulkner, that's what you just say like that. Good luck like that in this kind of situation. I want the couple to also investigate if the child was swapped in a hospital. I want to advise men, do carry out DNA tests before you start celebrating the birth of your child. I'm going to be from 7 and 8. As a matter of fact, I am an advocate for DNA at birth. Do and when they born the pikin gone dear. There is no need. Babe say get belly for you, Abi, or get belly for you, and na me marry you, Abi, be my husband, Abi, be my wife, Abi. Okay, when you born, now we'll just conduct them. Yes, it will breed some kind of trust, trust issues in marriages, but just for the man, because it's painful really for a man to train a child, and it's not even money. The affection you've given to that child, and realize that child is not yours. But that thing can kill people. So me, I'm not even. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have an opinion. Oh, I forget that I'm a human being. Oh, maybe. Okay. So let me go back to the messages. Precious. Now, what for your gender? I never even talk. But don't they drag my gender like I pass my never generation. In fact, I'm not reading this message again. Why are you doing this to my gender? Hello, good evening to you.
Okay.
Sir, what I do? Hello, are you there?
I'm okay.
All right, welcome.
Listening to the step down.
Go ahead. I know that you guys like step
Just
down.
like the last speaker spoke, if I were to be in the man's shoe, number one is just to move on. Whatever it is, this is really a dirty linen already exposed. But another way around too, the Nigerian government needs to do better in their health services. Why am I saying that? Okay, over here, even Faulkner will tell you. I don't know if Faulkner have had that experience, but once you are a couple and you are about to have a baby, first they do some tests. Okay, they will do the test, scanning and everything, and they will know if you are not the father. They will tell you even before the baby is brought to X. You will know if it's you or not, because they will take, they will ask the mother who is the father. If she points at you, they're gonna schedule an appointment for you to come and do some tests, and which they will also carry on the baby too. If everything matches, you are fine. Even if it doesn't match, they will still have it, but they will let you know that if you are not the father, they will let you know immediately. So for me, suing and all that stuff, the woman already doesn't have any money. What is suing gonna do? What is it gonna do? We just
so after this public embarrassment in front of the young man,
just move on.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Very quickly, Precious, if I happen to be the man, if the woman is innocent, after everything, I'll sue the hospital straight away. The man did no wrong to his wife. He was just confused and want to get the truth. The woman should understand. He's a woman now that should understand. If he's a man now, that's how you could just end the matter. Is it that this word last is a man's word? Well, let me just take a breather. Calls left, right, and center. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Precious.
Sir, you have 30 seconds. Welcome.
Precious, we have been advocating for that for DNA test.
I agree.
But the only thing that you and I have not reached agreement on is that are you ready to? Because many
you just talk bad thing and I will make the network don't let me hear you. So are you ready to do what?
Sorry?
There was something you said that the network did not let me hear you. But am I ready to do what?
I said that, are you ready to give first aid or build more hospitals where most men will go and treat themselves for heart attack?
Oh yeah, come on, be going. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, I have my brother from Kidnappers right here in the house. Good evening, Mrs. Sunday. Okay, you're welcome. Go straight on. Tell us what you have for us from Kidnappers.
Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Nigeria. My name is Sunday Okechukwu from Kudos Homes Limited. Kudos Homes Limited, your favorite real estate company. I'm always here to share you the goodies that is ongoing in Kudos Home Limited. We have land, Lagos, Open State, and Enugu and even in the city of Asaba. Let me start by mentioning the ones we have in Lagos State and surrounding. We have a Kudos Villa located at Okegwebeju Lekki, and is currently selling for 11 million naira. Comes with the title documents of C of O, just few minutes away from the proposed Lagos International Airport. I'm talking about the largest international airport in West Africa that will be ready in few years to come. So if I'm where you, I'll buy there and wait, because when that is finally established, definitely you'll be begging with some of 150 million to own a plot of land around that particular vicinity. So if I'm where you now, grab the opportunity now that is still cheap and buy for 11 million naira. So if I leave that, I will be going to Ishiwu Airport, half Kudos Town. That one is selling for 1 million naira, and we have Omuketu Ekpe is selling for 1.2 million naira. It's a very good location. They are currently tiling the road now, the very nice one. So buy Omuketu Ekpe for 1.2 million naira. There's one thing about property, it appreciates on a daily basis. I won't believe that Omuketu is actually was sold for as low as 350,000 naira in the month of September last year. It grew to 450 to 500 to 600, 700. Now it's selling for 1.2 million naira. It's great, and it to keep increasing because of the level of the infrastructure that is going on in that particular area. Makes all properties around there to have that speed appreciation. So if I'm where you now, will grab it, because maybe in next few months to come it will hit like 2 million or 2.5 million naira. So take the advantage now that it's selling for 1.2 million naira and buy Omuketu Ekpe. And don't forget, we have our boy Ikoroda is selling for 1 million naira. Now the number to reach us is 090590475140, 090590475140. So buy any of these properties that I'm mentioning now, and don't forget we are giving an Easter promo that way you buy a plot and you go home with a bag of rice, buy 3 plots, a bag of rice, chicken, and a gallon of oil. If you buy 6 plots, you're going with a bag of rice, a gallon of oil, chicken, and a deep freezer. Wow, that is great. So grab the opportunity now. About what you could do, 1 million naira. Let me hear the core city. I'm talking about the city of Enugu. We have a Odobido Nike, that Fairview Estate. Odobido Nike, just 5 minutes away from Godfrey University, and 15 minutes away from Caritas University, and 20 minutes away from Akanabia International Airport. And it's a dry land. It's not the one that you buy and looking for money to fill swamp. So it's not a swamp, it's a table land, and it's selling for 1.2 million naira. And those goodies that I just mentioned in our landed properties in Lagos and Ogun State, and you will still have chance to have all those goodies also in Enugu and the Asaba. The number to reach us is 090-590-47514, 090-590-47514. Let me hear the city of Asaba. Asaba have Fairview Estate Phase 2. The Phase 1 is already sold out. Imagine if you are among those that bought Phase 1 few weeks ago, and we are selling it 1.5 million naira. Now the little few one that is left is selling for 2.5 million naira, but is on hold right now. So take advantage of the Fairview Phase 2 that is on selling now, pre-launch price for 1.5 million naira. Own a plot there or 2 plots there. In few months to come, you'll be reaping a big interest in few months to come, because with what is happening in Asaba right now, I have that confidence that in the next 3-4 months, even the one that was selling for 1.5 million may hit 2.5 to 3 million naira. So take the advantage and invest in any of our properties now and reap big in few months to come. The number to reach us is 090-590-47514, 090-590-47514. See, 21st century is not the century where you give excuses that I give my uncle money in the village to build for me, and you keep, sending me picture that he's building, but none have it. Now is the time that we can even call you on a video call. You see what we are doing for you, or what you are paying for. So no issue of this is what I went for, but this is what they gave me. No, everything is transparent with Kudos Homes Limited, and there is no issue of boundary. Maybe I bought a plot of land before I returned from my journey and my neighbor have cut part of my land. No, all those issues. No, or that I bought a plot of land, me when I want to start building, they came and said youth money or monile, all this blah 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 blah. No, there is nothing like that with Kudos Homes Limited. So buy with Kudos Homes Limited and have what? Rest of mind, and you can start building immediately, because all of our land, they are not in the bush, they are in a already built up area. Is buy and build land. So call our phone number now, which is 090590475140, 090590475140. Our office address is located at 171 Egbeda Idim Road, Egbeda, Lagos, and the website is www.kudoshomesLimited.com. Instagram is Kudos Homes Limited, while the Facebook also is Kudos Homes Limited. Type Kudos Homes Limited on your Google. It will take you to wherever that you want to know, or more that you want to know about Kudos Homes Limited. Let me quickly run through our product. Kudos Villa Bejuleki 11 million naira, and Kudos Town Ishiwo Epe 1 million naira, and Kudos Heritage Umketu Epe 1.2 million naira, and Kudos City Abowai Kurudu 1 million naira, and the Fairview Estate Dobidonike Enugu 1.2 million naira, and Fairview Estate Fairview Phase 2 Estate Asaba, that one is selling for 1.5 million naira. Don't wait to gather much before you start. Start with as low as 200, 500. You are starting a journey of becoming a landowner. Number to reach us 09059047514. Good night.
Okay, Lagos, that's the size of our package. Okay, so I see a message filling our quarter. You should understand that it's just about 10% of the messages that we see every day that we can read. The messages are so much. So it's not because I don't want to read your messages, it's because there are just too many. Well, you did say that I should tell Tony Chikudi that the appeal court, that is the appeal court that set aside Nnamdi Kanu free, discharged but not acquitted. Yeah. Not the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court actually asked that the case should be taken back to the lower courts to revisit. That's what the Supreme Court asked. So you said I should educate people properly that it's not the Supreme Court that actually set him free. Thank you. I appreciate you. So the messages I have here are still so much, and I can't read all of them. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Francis, for stopping by. Prince Francis, I appreciate you. Thank you. Lagos, that's the size of our package today. I'd love to see you tomorrow. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be here with some women who are, top ladies in security. And we'll be here to discuss the incessant security issues in the country. And we're looking at it from the perspective of the most vulnerable, the kids and the mothers, or the women and the children, how it affects them the most. That conversation will be very interesting. I'm coming with some very top big women. You'd love that conversation. That'll be tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. See you tomorrow, Lagos. Have an amazing evening. Good night.